Tonight, asylum bids abandoned. 3 more Iranian football squad members changed their mind with fears one defector was working for the regime. A dire new warning from the Treasurer. Australians to pay as war fuels inflation. Trump's call for help, asking allies to keep the global oil supply flowing. Stop your engines. The Middle East conflict forces Formula One off the grid in Saudi Arabia and Bahrain. And a royal tour to the Red Centre. Queen Mary and King Frederick take in the magic of Uluru.
This is 10 News with Georgie Tunny.
Good evening. There are concerns tonight 2 Iranian football players who sought asylum in Australia were hoodwinked by one of their own, tricked into going home. A team support staffer who also managed to secure a humanitarian visa is suspected of being a mole for Tehran.
They wanted and won freedom in Australia. Now they're returning to a home where they'll be stripped of it.
I am worried about them. I can only imagine the pressure that they feel.
2 Iranian players, Mona Hamoudi, Zara Sabali, and a support staffer, Zara Sultan Meshkaka, will meet the rest of the team in Kuala Lumpur, giving up humanitarian visas they received either after escaping their minders inside their Gold Coast hotel or offered at Sydney Airport.
The fear in the eyes of some of those girls is probably what most hit home to all of us.
They'd been branded traitors for not singing the national anthem, putting their families in danger.
An impossible position where they have to decide whether to save their own lives or the lives of their families.
Activists now believe Zara Meshkaka only applied for her visa to influence players who'd done the same, convincing them to return to Iran.
This particular person may effectively be a mole within the group, placed by the Islamic Republic regime.
The job for the Australian government has always been to provide the opportunity for them to stay if they wanted to, not to compel an outcome.
The Iranian regime, though, claims the players who've returned resisted seductive offers, extensive propaganda and psychological warfare, calling Australia an obedient and stupid presence in Trump's playground.
I think we can all understand propaganda when we see it.
Another player handed her visa back on Wednesday. Of the 7 who sought asylum here, tonight only 3 still have it. Matt Johnston, 10 News.
War in the Middle East continues to put pressure on Aussie household budgets tonight as well, not just through higher petrol prices, but potentially with higher interest rates, as the Treasurer today revealed dire forecasts. But Jim Chalmers is reassuring motorists Australia won't run out of fuel amid calls for supplies to be rationed.
During the 1970s oil crisis and refinery strikes, Aussie motorists could only buy fuel on certain days depending on their number plate, odd or even. Tonight, there are calls for that system to be reintroduced.
Now, people are going to get angry about that, no doubt. But it's better that they're angry and say you've got a plan than what exactly has happened here.
Barnaby Joyce admitting he regrets not doing more to secure fuel reserves when in power, as the federal government tries to reassure.
We work around the clock to make sure that Australia doesn't run out. We're certainly not expecting that we will.
As for petrol prices...
It's crazy at the moment. In a truck, I'm spending about $300 a week usually. Now it's almost $500 a week, so it's killing me.
We're already feeling pain at the service station, but that pain will spread pretty rapidly.
From freight and fertiliser to food at the supermarket, higher oil prices feed directly into inflation. Treasury's modelling scenarios depending on the severity and duration of the Middle East war.
If we were putting pencils down on those forecasts today, we'd have inflation peaking somewhere between the mid to high 4s.
It hasn't been at that level in 2.5 years, significantly higher than the 3.8% inflation's currently sitting at, already above the Reserve Bank's target band. All 4 big banks are predicting a rate hike on Tuesday and another in May.
The government has not been saving for a rainy day, and a rainy day has arrived, and we don't really have a roof over our head.
The Treasurer says the volatility makes a more, not less, compelling case for tax reform in May's federal budget. It's likely to include changes to negative gearing and the capital gains tax discount, but there's no indication new cost of living measures are coming.
We need to be focused on the future, and that means a bit of tough love.
Chloe Boris, 10 News.
The US is sending more warships to Iran and is calling on its allies to do the same while urging all Americans in Iraq to leave immediately. Meantime, the Australian government is focusing on getting our citizens out of the Middle East as Iran warns civilians to leave the United Arab Emirates.
Battleships are go. The US is now sending 3 warships to the Middle East after its Central Command today released this vision's successful strikes on more Iranian military targets.
The situation in Iran is going very well. A lot of big hits today, a lot of big wins today.
But he wants others to join in, stating the countries of the world that receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. This should have always been a team effort. Donald Trump naming China, France, Japan, South Korea and the UK hopeful they'll send warships to escort oil tankers through while his bomb the shoreline. Iran has let some countries through. A vessel tracker shows the Indian LPG tanker Shivalik's safe passage, but many more still sit waiting.
Should we send a Navy ship?
I think that would be, I think you're, yes, because you have to be part of a global effort if you are a beneficiary of it being resolved.
Australia's focus remains getting our people out. Since airspace across the Middle East reopened, 4,360 Aussies have left on 31 flights. Another 4 flight loads are on their way home now. After its embassy in Iraq was struck yesterday, the US is now telling all of its citizens there to leave, warning militias have carried out numerous attacks on American companies and hotels where they stay. Launching fresh barrages today, Iran is warning foreigners in the UAE to evacuate, threatening attacks on US military hideouts. For those who can't leave, such as Rihanna, daily life is treacherous. When we say goodbye to our parents, we hug them tightly because it's possible we may not come back. Ali Donaldson, 10 News.
2 races have been wiped from the Formula One calendar as conflict escalates across the Middle East. There had been speculation Melbourne could step in for a rare double-header, but Aussie motorsport fans shouldn't get their hopes up.
Full throttle in Shanghai. But elsewhere, the Formula One season has hit the brakes.
It's not easy. You have to think of the bigger picture.
Safety's taking pole position. The Bahrain and Saudi Arabian Grands Prix have been called off amid the conflict affecting the Middle East.
It's the FIA and the promoters who understood completely the situation. We took a joint decision together for the benefit of the sport.
F1 was due to race in Bahrain on April 12 and in the Saudi Arabian city of Jeddah on April 19. 1 week on from the Australian Grand Prix, there was speculation Melbourne could step in for a rare double header. The Albert Park circuit a rumoured backup with the infrastructure still standing.
My heart goes out to everyone in the Middle East during these challenging times with what is happening over there.
But those hopes were officially dashed.
We have no plans to take on additional Grand Prix.
F1 and its governing body, the FIA, in a statement explaining while several alternatives were considered, it was ultimately decided that no substitutions will be made in April. Moving the sport's freight through the region would mean crossing multiple borders as the conflict unfolds.
They would have arranged to have freight shipped from China after the race this weekend. So that is a deadline in itself.
First of all, be safe. We are thinking of you. We want to come back as soon as possible.
The decision leaves a 5-week gap in the championship calendar between Japan and Miami. Rebecca Powell, 10 News.
To other news now, and King Frederick and Australian-born Queen Mary have begun their 6-day whirlwind tour down under, starting in the Northern Territory. The Danish royals visit a once-in-a-lifetime moment for locals and visitors to Uluru.
Excitement erupting at one of Australia's most iconic landmarks.
Hello, Your Royal Highnesses. Hello, how are you?
Denmark's King Frederick and Tasmanian-born Queen Mary touched down in the Northern Territory last night, greeting locals for their first public appearance in Australia.
She was so warm and elegant and poised. Yeah, it was just a beautiful experience.
For Territorian Shelley Lay, it was the highlight of her 4-day holiday, marking the unforgettable moment with a photo.
That is the most special photo in front of Uluru with a queen. Oh my God, a territory girl with a queen in front of a rock. Honestly, that's definitely going on the mantelpiece.
Northern Territory Administrator David Connolly welcomed the Danish royals as they disembarked their aircraft.
One thing the King was really excited about was that they were going to do a walk around Uluru itself on the walk, and he was just really excited about that and just wanted to get on the ground and do a big walk around the rocks.
It's not the first time a royal couple have hit red dirt country. In 2014, the Prince and Princess of Wales, William and Kate, visited the sacred site. King Charles and Princess Diana were also captured in front of Uluru in 1983. William and Kate's visit generated $3 billion for Australia's economy during their 10-day tour. That's $500 million a day and nearly $21 million an hour. Frederick and Mary's trip is expected to be similar.
It's very significant, and for a small population that we have in the Northern Territory, we rely so heavily on our tourism.
Their next stop is Canberra. Elise Holden, 10 News.
And the countdown is on to the culmination of the Hollywood awards season. The Oscars are just hours away. Security is going to be at an all-time high as stars take to the red carpet. And, of course, our Angela Bishop is there.
Without a doubt, this has been one long award season, Georgie, but the finishing line is finally in sight. Nominees have just 2 more outfits to prepare, one for the awards and one for the after party, and possibly a speech if they think they have a chance of winning. And frankly, a lot of people have a chance of winning because unlike previous years, at this late stage, the race for the top Oscars is still wide open.
3, 2, 1.
While voting has finished, no one is really sure where those votes have gone, with critics split between favouring one battle after another or Sinners as the big winner on the night.
You twins? Nah, we cousins.
Unlike last year's winner, Anora, these movies performed well at the box office, which means Oscar viewers are more likely to be invested in who wins. But organisers are desperate to get more young people tuning in, and so have once again called on YouTube sensation Amelia de Moldenberg from Chicken Shop Dates to host their red carpet.
You're actually not the oldest person I've ever dated.
Yeah, I was worried about the age gap.
Okay.
You're very young, and I'm in my
70s?
late 40s.
Oh, okay. I'm not interested.
Conan O'Brien is back as host, and for the first time is in one of the nominated films. He stars opposite Rose Byrne in If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Best Actress nominee Rose, who was spotted partying last night with husband Bobby Cannavale, is one of 5 Aussies up for gongs at this year's Oscars. Jacob Elordi, who also hit the party circuit, is up for Best Supporting Actor for Frankenstein. Fiona Crombie competes for Best Production Design for Hamnet. Guido Walter is up for Visual Effects for Sinners. And Nick Cave will take on the K-pop Demon Hunters for Best Song. Best Actress nominee Kate Hudson attended the Women in Film Oscar nominee party, acknowledging her Nepo baby background as daughter of Goldie Hawn helped get her where she is today.
I got to meet extraordinary actresses with my mother. You know, I could name a list of them, from Meryl Streep to Jane Fonda to Sally Field. And I not only got to love what they do, but I got to know them and watch them work.
Inside the Dolby Theatre, presenters including Adrian Brody and Kieran Culkin were rehearsing, while across town, other presenters and nominees attended the exclusive Chanel pre-Oscar dinner.
Work will continue here on the red carpet until it opens tomorrow, with attendees being advised to arrive early, with security this year tighter than ever. The FBI, the LAPD SWAT team, the bomb squad and snipers will be setting up a 1.5 kilometre buffer around the Dolby Theatre to keep stars and fans alike safe.
Angela Bishop looking absolutely immaculate there. Well, still to come, the item almost everyone owns that's believed to have caused this blaze, destroying a family home. Serving up support, one politician turns to pouring pints before heading to the polls. And whistle, warble and talk. The new research showing magpies speak sentences. So what on earth are they saying?
All Simon wants is redemption. And on Survivor tonight, he finally gets his chance.
I'm looking down the barrel of the move of my career. Asha and Lottie think they have Simon in their back pocket. They have no idea what is simmering away. This move will be my redemption.
What could go wrong?
We are operating straight under their nose. How good's Samoa? How good?
Survivor, tonight on 10.
Bring her along. The more the merrier.
All right, milk, cheese, butter.
Lasagna.
Lasagna. Needs butter.
This one's spreadable. Check the pantry. Devondale is the dairy range for your signature lasagna.
How'd you get it so crispy?
Devondale, the cow knows how.
It's hard to juggle 3 things at once. That's why at Origin, we offer gas, internet and electricity bundles, making it easier to manage and saving you some hard-earned cash too. That's all kinds of useful.
Hey! Who took all the up and goes?
Up and Go Liquid Breakfast. Feel good protein, fibre and vitamins to get up and go.
Admiring the Mona Lisa? Good. Having the Mona Lisa to yourself? Great. Sharing a Kinder Bueno with her? That's bueno. Smooth milk chocolate, crispy wafer, creamy hazelnut filling. Elevate every moment with Kinder Bueno.
One whiff and Julie remembered why detergent alone wasn't enough. Pynoclean Platinum Laundry Sanitizer removes 99.9% of germs and leaves 28 days of refreshing fragrance. It's not clean unless it's Pynoclean.
This is Revlon Color Stay Longwear, and this is
the #1 prestige longwear brand whose name we'd rather not say.
Both look great, both last 24 hours, but Color Stay costs a whole lot less. I mean, that's a steal.
We are cleared to call that a steal.
Get prestige longwear without the price. Revlon Color Stay.
Right now at Woolworths, discover great weekly specials across the store, like half price on Bonds underwear, socks, hosiery and babywear. Shop in-store or online today at Woolworths.
You've all come to MasterChef with a dream.
It's your chance to be the new superstars of food. That is Michelin star level.
Phenomenal.
This looks interesting. You're making a panini.
Oh my God.
Yeah. What?
I
You
know.
have a 50-50 chance of getting one.
And you're making a sandwich.
Yeah. You just don't see that in the MasterChef kitchen.
I have some hibachi anxiety. Just make sure you really pay attention to it.
What is that smell?
Please welcome Robert
Jimmy Barnes has a little surprise for you all.
I couldn't come here without bringing you something special.
I've never seen anything like that before.
I could be looking at a new superstar of food.
A mobile phone charger is tonight being blamed for an intense blaze that destroyed a family home on Sydney's northern beaches. It took about 40 firefighters 2 hours to tackle the blaze as 2 of the home's occupants were taken to hospital.
A towering inferno.
You can feel the heat, eh?
So intense, an entire street was forced from their homes.
They were on the megaphone trying to get people out of the house, and the whole street just came out, and everyone was just worried about Graham.
Ronald Avenue in Narrowena on Sydney's northern beaches woke to find firefighters battling hellish conditions.
Jets of flames coming out the window. It was going hard, and hence the reason we're worried about the neighbouring houses.
Masked up, they attacked the flames from the ground and in the air.
They had that big one with the crane. They were over the house and just trying to take it out. But yeah, it was pretty insane. Never seen anything like it.
The home's occupants, a couple and their daughter, evacuated safely.
forced to watch on as their family home was destroyed.
They were pretty shell-shocked, kind of trying to find where they were and what was going on.
All three were assessed by paramedics at the scene before two were taken to Northern Beaches Hospital for further treatment. Firefighters were on scene for more than 8 hours working to determine the cause of the blaze, which is believed to have been sparked by a mobile phone charger. The family today thanking first responders for their mammoth efforts. Though their home couldn't be saved, remarkably, firefighters prevented it from spreading to nearby properties. Zoe Martin, 10 News.
There's been reports of shots fired on a residential street in Sydney's west, with police called to the Esplanade in Guildford around 9:30 last night. A 38-year-old man presented at Westmead Hospital with a gunshot wound, with investigators believing the two incidents are linked. The man has been treated for injury to his leg and is in a stable condition. Two people have been taken to hospital after a ute and a station wagon collided in Sydney's west last night. Emergency services rushed to Greenacre to find both vehicles with serious damage and one young driver trapped. The 16-year-old girl was quickly freed by fire crews and taken to hospital in a stable condition. A 60-year-old woman behind the wheel of a ute was uninjured in the crash. It's only been online for 75 days, but already 205,000 people have used the Daniels Law website in Queensland to check if people known to their children are sex offenders. Almost 40,000 of those were searching for known pedophiles near them, and 9 reportable offenders were detected working with children.
135 Queenslanders requested information in that regard. As a result of that, 2 people have been intercepted and charged as a result of that.
10 News has been told those 2 people were not working in educational facilities but did have unsupervised contact with children. With under 1 week until South Australians head to the polls, the election campaigning is getting creative. Premier Peter Malinauskas swapped the podium for a popular city bar, pouring beers for late-night punters, while opposition leader Ashton Hearn spent the morning handing out coffee and laughing off the Premier's stunt.
That's yours. Where's your mate?
Where did he go?
I believe it was Crybaby and...
Oh, well, there might be a message in that.
South Australians head to the polls on Saturday. We have video now of a daring flood rescue in Queensland. It happened at Mossman in the far north just before 6 o'clock this morning. A 65-year-old man was forced to climb onto the roof of his car after it was caught in floodwater. He was plucked to safety, though, by swift water crews. It comes as the state's flood crisis continues out west. Water is still rising at Longreach. And Sarah Navin joins me now with the latest on the weather. And Sarah, largely clear skies across the capital cities today.
Yes, Georgie, a warm and pleasant day across most of the country's east with temperatures in the high 20s. Hello, everyone. Most of the unsettled conditions remain in the centre of the country. A thick band of clouds stretching across eastern WA, the Northern Territory and into South Australia and brushing the country's southern coastline. There's a low pressure system along the west coast with a trough extending from the Kimberley to the Pilbara region, while a high pressure system in the southern Tasman Sea is responsible for those lovely warm and fine conditions we've enjoyed in the east. The rainfall map captures the stormy conditions across the top end and along Western Australia's border. And it's harder to see on the map, but the most intense rainfall in the past 24 hours was on Queensland's tropical coast, the Daintree region, nearing just shy of 300 millimetres, and more than 250 millimetres hit the rain gauge in Cairns. Around the country today, a bit of cloud cover in Brisbane, 28, glorious in Sydney, 27, a clear day in Canberra too, 29, Melbourne, 26, a warm 32 in Adelaide and 29 in Perth. And I'll be back with your forecast at 5 to 6, Georgie.
Bright skies all around. Thank you very much, Sarah. See you soon. Well, up next, tobacco war crackdown. How proposed laws could see dodgy retailers caught selling illicit cigarettes shut down for months. And one city prepares for St Paddy's Day by dyeing its river bright green.
I can't breathe. 3 platinum records, a Grammy.
It's a goose that laid the golden egg, trapped in a cage. We are doing our job.
NCIS Sydney, tonight after Survivor on 10.
More New South Wales drivers choose NRMA car insurance because they trust us to help. From moving days to holidays. Join Australia's Australia's most trusted insurance brand, NRMA Insurance, a help company.
For many Australians, home ownership feels far away. But now, there's a new way to own your own home, where the Australian government contributes up to 40% of the price of the home. So you have a smaller deposit and lower mortgage repayments. It's a pathway to home ownership backed by the Australian government. It's called the Help to Buy scheme, and it could help you too. For eligibility, visit firsthomebuyers.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Forget the fad flavours.
What's wrong with me?
And get the fabulously fresh Bake Today hot cross buns this Easter at Baker's Delight.
Mitsubishi's 10-year warranty with 10 years cap price servicing now includes 10 years roadside assistance. Drive away Outlander ES from just $39,990.
Get out!
Hurry into Mitsubishi today.
Dad, check it. Just joined C-Bus.
Smart kid.
It all starts with a smart choice. C-Bus Super. Build your something.
You know McRob, the founder of Old Gold. He bargained his way across crop-infested waters, not far from here.
That didn't happen.
Just telling you how I heard it.
Old Gold. Rich in character.
It's all too easy to make a mess, but it's just as easy to clean it up with Easy Off BAM. Our bathroom cleaner removes up to 100% of soap scum. BAM! And the dirt is gone.
My NRMA Rewards members get $400 in first bill credits when they switch their electricity and gas to Engie. Choose the Engie NRMA plan and it's possible.
I can't believe I'm never going to see you again.
I can't believe IGA has bigger cheese for just $6.50.
Can't believable prices. Now at your local IGA.
The perfect cup begins long before that creamy first sip. Because cafe quality taste begins with barista quality milk. How good? So good.
That's 20,000.
Oh my God, they're all saying deal.
20 grand's a lot. Bang. Oh, this place is going up.
Will her 20k gamble pay off? Monday on 10.
Welcome back. Well, Victoria's illicit tobacco war is escalating and the state government is now mirroring actions taken by other states. A string of fresh laws has been introduced, granting new powers to block illegal business owners from trading.
Firebombing spreading not only flames, but fear.
It's been able to run rampant in Victoria. We've seen from 100 to 200 firebombings in just over a year. Where will this stop?
The Victorian government has announced additional measures in a desperate attempt to cool the crisis.
The stores that are found to be selling these illegal products will be able to be shut down.
If caught, shops will be forced to close their doors for 90 days and landlords will be also given the power to evict if they suspect any wrongdoing.
The store closure powers are the single best and most effective tool that those states have used to be able to actually make an impact on the illegal trade.
In January last year, Victoria's tobacco wars turned fatal, claiming the life of an innocent victim, Katie Tangi, in Truganina. A similar move to shut down dodgy operators in Queensland saw 200 tobacco stores penalised since the end of last year. Since February, the state government has seized almost $5 million worth of illicit tobacco, which includes 3 million illegal cigarettes, which have been now taken off the streets as part of the crackdown. But right now, the operation is only patrolled by 14 regulators.
We believe that should be at least 100 dedicated, authorised officers on the ground in Victoria if they have any chance of addressing this illegal trade.
Sarah Benalik, 10 News.
Overseas now, and the Cuban government is threatening a security crackdown after protesters attacked and burned a Communist Party building in the central city of Moron. Moments later, gunfire broke out and several people were reportedly shot. Cuban state media later denied that, announcing 5 arrests. Cuba is struggling with a growing energy crisis after America cut off its supply line of fuel from Venezuela. Food and medicine are also facing dire shortages. Security has been ramped up at Jewish institutions across the Netherlands after an attempted bombing at a Jewish school in Amsterdam. This scorch mark on the building's heavily fortified outer wall is all that's left of the failed attempt. Police and intelligence services are combing through CCTV for clues as to who carried out the attack.
My 5 daughters went to this school, so I wonder now, where is the government? Where is the safety? We have very good police in this neighbourhood, which are really doing their best for us. But yeah, I'm walking around in a bulletproof vest now, you see. I don't dare to go to synagogue without because of all the tensions.
The latest attack comes only days after another attempted firebombing at a synagogue in Rotterdam. Torment has been heaped on top of misery with a massive sandstorm blowing across Gaza. A region-wide alert was sent out warning that more than 2 million people still living in the Strip to secure their belongings. The strong winds tore at tents and coated everything across the war-torn area in a fine dust. Those with heart and lung conditions were told to seek shelter inside to avoid the worst of the conditions. Chicago plumbers have turned the city's jewel into an emerald ahead of one of the year's biggest days of festivities. Thousands of litres of special green dye has been pumped into the waterway to mark St Patrick's Day and can last as little as a few hours to even a few days, depending on the weather. Tens of thousands are expected to pack the city's Irish bars for a day of festivities on the 17th, which includes a rubber ducky race down the Green River. Well, still to come, we are live to Canberra as King Frederick and Queen Mary touch down for the next stop in their Danish royal tour. Plus, a walk to remember. Hundreds hit the footpath to jog memories, fundraising for dementia care.
Brendan, you freakily look like Anthony Hopkins.
This Hannibal Lecter lookalike is looking for a killer win. In the hot seat, 7 o'clock Monday on 10.
Get a deal you'll be proud of on the Hyundai Kona Hybrid at your participating Hyundai dealer today.
Meet Jane Smith. There are 1,488 in Australia. We discovered this one's addicted to Limalicious bubblegum and got her major dental cover. Incomparable.
How far would you go to keep your home smelling fresh? Try Airwick 24/7 fragrance, aerosol-free automatic spray infused with 2 times more essential oil for up to 70 days of freshness. Now that's a breath of fresh Airwick.
Pizza dough recipe. Wait, what? Hours?
Hey, how about these? Yeah?
First, combine the yeast and the sugar. Then add the flour and knead. Next, let it rise. Now, stretch the dough into a circle and top with sugar, mozzarella, and so on and so on. Simple. Toscano. Together we eat.
Come on, darling, up you hop. There's a glass and a half in everyone. Cadbury Hollow Easter eggs in store now.
The people we love spreading germs. But we've got you. Dettol. Spread the love, not the germs.
There's certain times that you have a real opportunity, and we put together a team that in turn makes it one of the best groups of men I've been associated with. You knew as soon as it was assembled, you got an opportunity for a championship.
Davis pulls up. Wow! Got the shot. It goes down to Davis. Wow! Again! Bangs!
What does it mean, being in balance?
What does it mean to be in balance? That's real well-being.
If you've got heartburn, try this Gaviscon chewing gum.
Gaviscon works fast to neutralise acid in the stomach.
Tastes good.
New great-tasting Gaviscon chewing gum.
For those craving a little tenderness in their life, the tenderest Aussie lamb loin chops are now just $23.99 per kilo. Don't touch the lamb. Aldi. Good different.
Domino's new Seriously Cheesy range is designed to deliver extreme cheese euphoria. A magnificent, melty, Moorish mood upgrade. It's the ultimate cheese hit from Domino's.
All Simon wants is redemption. And on Survivor tonight, he finally gets his chance.
I'm looking down the barrel of the move of my career.
Returning to tonight's top stories, there are concerns two Iranian football players who originally sought asylum in Australia might have been coerced into returning back to war-torn Iran. The Treasurer warns Australians they may pay the price of the Middle East conflict, revealing a dire forecast for inflation. And Danish King Frederick and our own Queen Mary have kicked off their royal tour down under with a magical start at Uluru. And Queen Mary and King Frederick have now touched down in Canberra for the second leg of that tour. Chloe Boris joins me now. Chloe, what have they got on their agenda?
Oh, they've just arrived here at Government House. I can actually hear the cannons firing for a 21-gun salute, a very formal military ceremonial welcome. And the Prime Minister and his wife, Georgie Hayden, are among the VIPs here to greet them. And tonight, the Governor-General will be hosting the Royals for a formal state dinner. Tomorrow, though, there will be an opportunity to get up close and personal with the King and Queen. After paying their respects at the Australian War Memorial, they'll go out onto the forecourt and mingle with members of the public. Georgie, that's happening around 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. So if you want to jump in the car and drive down to Canberra, I'll save you a spot.
I might meet you there, Chloe. You're right across it. Thank you so much. Well, a driver has been charged after causing carnage in a Sydney supermarket car park. This video captured yesterday shows a driver reversing and losing control, spinning out and hitting more vehicles. All up, 5 cars were caught up in the chaos. The driver was arrested nearby and is alleged to have returned a positive blood alcohol result 5 times the legal limit. Police are investigating a suspicious house fire in Adelaide's north. Emergency services were called just after 10 o'clock last night to a vacant home at Osborne. Investigators have determined the blaze was started by someone at the house. The home was severely damaged. Thousands of Australians have laced up their sneakers for Dementia Australia's Memory Walk and Jog today. More than 400,000 people currently live with this disease. That number expected to grow as the population ages.
Hitting the pavement to forge a new path for those living with a hidden disease.
Walking for Mum today, aren't we, Mum? Doing it together?
Yes.
I'm walking for my father-in-law Henry, and my auntie Tina's walking for
my husband Rodney.
But we're walking for everyone in Australia that has any form of dementia.
Thousands of people across the country turning personal heartbreak into something powerful.
Pretty hard to live with dementia, so yeah, it's just to raise awareness.
Dementia is the leading cause of death for Australians according to latest ABS data. Around 400,000 people currently live with the condition.
Dementia is more than memory loss. It includes things like visual and auditory changes.
And that number is expected to double by 2065 without significant intervention. While an estimated 1.7 million Australians are involved in the care of someone living with dementia, including Jenny, who cared for her husband.
He got dementia in his 60s and he lived for another 5 years after diagnosis. It was a very lonely existence.
A new study has found Australians are waiting an average of 3 years for a diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease, the most common form of dementia. Experts say more research and funding would help speed up those wait times.
Like blood-based biomarkers that will really help to increase diagnosis rates.
But today, a clear message for those impacted. What's life all about, Sandy?
Happiness.
Abby Smith, 10 News.
Right, you are. Well, research has revealed there's more to a magpie's squawk than meets the ear. An Australian study suggests the black and white Aussie local may have its own complex language, learning sentence-like sequences in the same way human toddlers do.
Nature's Call, revealing what could be a hidden language.
We basically found that they are learning these call sequences from listening to their family and friends.
Researchers from UWA say young magpies build their vocal skills by listening to their peers, in the same way human toddlers learn language. The study providing the first evidence of learned syntax in any non-human animal.
So the more social toddlers are, the more they learn and the bigger their vocabulary. And really we showed the same thing in magpies.
Animal linguist Dr. Stephanie Mason leading the research by following 11 fledglings for 200 days from the time they left their nest and recording their sounds to uncover how and when they develop their repertoire.
These calls may be kind of general alarm calls, but when they combine them into sequences, it communicates kind of more specific information.
The next step for researchers is figuring out what these calls actually mean. Until then, their conversations remain a mystery.
It's a really big undertaking to try and work out the meaning of all of these sequences. They produce over 100 of them. And just like trying to figure out a new language you've never heard before, it can be really, really difficult to do that. I won't rule out that one day we'll be able to communicate with magpies, but I think we're a very long way off from that just yet.
Abby Bruce, 10 News.
Well, it's time for Sport Now with Scotty Mackinnon, and he's just going to do his best Magpies impersonation. No, he's not. A Bulldog star.
Not going there.
Apparently could be on his way out of Belmore.
Yeah, he doesn't seem happy, that is for sure. Bronson Xerri met with Bulldogs boss Phil Gould this morning to discuss his future. We'll have more on that story next. Also tonight, the Chooks playing it extra safe after that e-bike crash, and my DCE is ready to run the show against the red-hot Panthers. The Swans sweat on injury concerns for two key players after teaching the Lions a lesson in Sydney. Plus, Nestory, Irankunda adds another screamer to his highlights reel, and he wasn't the only Socceroo lighting it up in England.
The Tillies are through to the semi-final. Can they beat China PR to book their spot in the grand final? Pull on your green and gold and get behind them. Tuesday live on 10 and Paramount Plus.
The 2003 Toyota Prius doesn't have voice recognition, but its pioneering hybrid battery technology
paved the way for the new all-electric BZ4X. When it comes to innovation, every step matters. Toyota.
Half protection is not enough. Using just an antivirus online is also not enough. Get better protection from online threats. Get NordVPN now.
Can't get meatballs off the mind? Just sizzle, pour, shake, cheeky, and answer big cravings with big flavour. Master Foods. You made it.
Welcome to the dark side.
In the laundry!
Good news. The popcorn made it. Come on, scooch over. Remote, stat.
Get that Disney Plus energy with Energy Australia. Enjoy 12 months of Disney Plus standard on us when you switch to FlexiPlan and stay.
And he finds the gap. And he's through!
Earthwise uses powerful plant-powered cleaning technology to deliver uncompromising results. Incoming. Earthwise. Eco made logical. Now in Handish.
I'm just going for a break.
To break free. God knows I want to break free. But life still
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
You don't have to live in the bush to face a bushfire. Ambers travel on the wind and land where you're not prepared. One amber can end it, but it doesn't have to.
Prepare your home today. Visit myfireplan.com.au.
Okay, roaches, get ready to race. Hey, behind the line, Rita. Set. Go, no!
Nothing kills big cockroaches faster with a 1-second spray.
Morning, Bruce. Morning. Another great day at Discovery Parks.
Morning, Bruce.
Morning. Perfect, as always. That's more like it. Haha. Still bouncy. Hungry?
Yeah.
Just a little taste test.
Bruce.
What? Making sure everyone has the best holiday.
discoveryparks.com.au. Do it all.
Right now at Woolworths, discover great weekly specials across the store, like half price on Bond's underwear, socks, hosiery and babywear. Shop in-store or online today at Woolworths.
Bulldogs captain Stephen Crichton is hopeful boom centre Bronson Xerri will stay at the kennel despite reports he wants out. The club denying he's asked for a release after a dispute over a contract extension.
He's rebuilt his reputation at the Bulldogs, but Bronson Xerri is apparently unhappy the club won't give him an extension beyond 2027.
It probably caught me by surprise. I kind of didn't know about it.
Bulldogs general manager Phil Gould took to social media to deny the 25-year-old asked for an immediate release.
Bronson's one of our key members in our team, and you want to first of all see if he's okay and see what the situation is. He's in our training today, and still feels the same.
All eyes will be on the centres when the Bulldogs team against the Raiders comes out on Tuesday.
Well, we love Bronze here, and he's got a good relationship with all the boys as well. And like I said, Sarah and Gus will get all of that stuff sorted and do what's best for him and the club as well.
Safety first at the Roosters after Billy Smith's e-bike concussion. Top gun Lindsay Collins isn't taking chances.
I haven't got my helmet, so I needed to grab one, so it was just the one laying around.
The emotion around Alex Johnston's record-breaking try overshadowed Daly Cherry Evans' first in Roosters colours.
Well, I heard that was his 99th, so might see 100 soon, so which would be another big milestone.
The Roosters' next game Friday night against the Panthers, who beat Cronulla 26-6 and have conceded just one try in 2 rounds.
It just seems like the best defensive team is going to come out on top, and it's a real big goal for us this year to sort of get back up there and hold that benchmark.
The Melbourne Storm have an electrifying Ryan Peppenhausen replacement, Suafar Longo's hat-trick stealing the show in a 40-20 annihilation of the Dragons.
I've got no doubt he can be our fullback for a long time. He's got one of the best teachers in Billy Slater that does a lot of work with him.
Bence Hammerley, 10 News.
Under pressure, Kangaroos coach Alistair Clarkson can breathe a little easier after new skipper Nick Larkey steered the club to a big win over Port Adelaide. Josh Carr's first game as power coach did not go to plan as the Roos bounced to their first win at Marvel Stadium since round 3 last season. Larkey booting 4 in the 46-point victory.
Larkey in the middle, stole it, picked their pocket. Larkey found $10 in his jacket pocket. Got it out of nowhere and kicked it.
The win was the Kangaroos' first over Port Adelaide in 7 years. The Sydney Swans are sweating on the fitness of 2 stars with only a 5-day turnaround before their round 2 clash against Hawthorn. Errol Goulden hurt his shoulder in Sydney's 44-point crushing of Brisbane last night, while Isaac Heaney also failed to finish the match. Heaney suffered a hamstring injury in the final term, with both players to have scans tomorrow.
The option for him to come to the bench and assess it we'll do in the next couple of days, as well as Errol, and work out if there is any damage, and if it is, what is it? If it's not, well, great, he'll get on the plane and go to Hawthorn.
Meanwhile, Scott Pendlebury has copped the first suspension of his 427-game career. The Collingwood veteran banned for a week for this collision with Josh Worrell during their 14-point loss to the Crows. The Magpies will decide tomorrow if they fight the sanction.
This one felt really good, and it is. I mean, from our point of view, we're sick of losing to them, and I mean that from a respect point of view.
The Crows host the red-hot Western Bulldogs on Friday night. The Matildas know what to expect from their former coach, Ante Milicic, who's in charge of China, their opponent in Tuesday's Asian Cup semi-final. The team very interested spectators yesterday as the defending champions eliminated Chinese Taipei 2-0 in extra time.
They're a tough team to break down.
They have great attacking threats as well, so we know they'll be organised. You know, they're a great team. They're the reigning champions as well of this tournament, so it's a big game for us, but we're ready.
The West Coast Eagles probably wondering what might have been as Sam Kerr and co trained at their facilities. The league-leading Newcastle Jets haven't felt like this in a while. Their 10-game unbeaten run broken by the second-placed Auckland FC, 2-1. It closes the gap to just 1 point in the race for the Premier's plate, with just 5 rounds remaining.
With the performance and the result, 1 point, it's game on again, I think, now, and all to play for.
And in the women's comp, Melbourne City extended its lead on top of the table with a 3-1 win over fellow contenders, Canberra United. What a sweet goal that was. The Premier League title race looks all but over. Arsenal's win over Everton and Manchester City's stumble, giving the Gunners a 3-game buffer with just 7 to play.
The players together, jumping off the crowd, it was a beautiful day.
But City faced relegation battlers West Ham. The Chelsea's pre-game huddle with referee Paul Tunny turned some heads.
And the referee being ambushed.
But it didn't help. The Blues losing at home to Newcastle 1-0. Alex Preda, 10 News.
There were no records broken, but Gout says he's still pleased to win the 200 metres at the Queensland titles today, despite being below his best due to the flu. Josh McLean grabbed him for a chat at the finish line.
Another 200 under the belt for this man, Gout, a time of 20.42. Are you happy with the run?
Yeah, definitely happy with the run. Knowing that, I just came out here looking for the win, not expecting too much, and just coming out here, doing my thing and having a little bit of fun.
Now, we know you've been under the weather before that 100 yesterday and you got some rest. Are you feeling better today?
Yeah, feeling a little bit better. Still that latency of the sickness still in me, but, not my thing. I just go out here and have a bit of fun. So,
how did you find conditions out there today?
Yeah, it was a bit strange, knowing, the heat, I think we got a tailwind and then finally we got a fat headwind. But I guess it kind of changes race to race, and you can't focus on too much because you can't change the uncontrollable. So go out there and do your thing.
What's coming up for you? I know the World Under-20s aren't far away. How do you prepare for that? How do you train for that?
Yeah, definitely just getting stronger and focusing on what I need to focus on, just tweaking those mechanics, tweaking that start, and just going out there, racing against the big boys over in Europe, and just getting ready for the season.
How much faster can you go?
A lot faster for sure.
And then LA, we're all excited for that.
Indeed. That'll be a big mindset and a big goal for me, and knowing that it's my first Olympics, going out there and showing what the world I can do.
All right, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
He is fast, that man. Keep your eye on him.
Absolutely, you can't miss him now. It's official. Formula One won't race in Bahrain or Saudi Arabia next month due to the war in the Middle East. Meanwhile, 19-year-old Kimi Antonelli made history in China, the Italian becoming the youngest ever driver to snare pole.
Is it Antonelli's day? Is it Russell's day? It's Kimi Antonelli on pole position, the youngest pole sitter in Grand Prix history.
He broke Sebastian Vettel's record. Oscar Piastri qualified 5th ahead of McLaren teammate Lando Norris. Round 3 of the Players' Championship was delayed as police hunted for an alleged murder suspect on the TPC Sawgrass course. When play finally resumed, Swede Ludvig Åberg made his move, a spectacular eagle on the par 5 11th, cementing his lead.
It's even better than that.
And this read is not too complicated.
Oh, here we go.
Eagle. That with
Minwoo Lee and Jason Day are the best of the Aussies, both tied for 26th, but sitting 9 shots off the lead heading into the final round. Carlos Alcaraz lost his first match of the year, with the world number 1 swept aside by Daniil Medvedev in the semi-finals of the Indian Wells tournament in California.
Daniil, another dandy, as he gives Carlos a taste of his own medicine.
His first defeat of the year takes his record to 16-1. Medvedev will play world number 2 Jannik Sinner in the final after he powered past Sasha Zverev in the other semi. And something a little different for our play of the day, because we've been blessed by the football gods and frankly we couldn't decide. First there was this pearler by Socceroo Alex Robertson Wilson for Cardiff City. Fellow Socceroo Nesteri Irankunda did what he does from long range for Watford. This is the third time in quick succession he's featured on this iconic segment. And then, there's no idea what they said, but those commentators were certainly excited and so were we. So you can pick your favourite at home or be just like us and appreciate all three. So Alex, Nesteri and Ada, you can all have our play of the day. So which one's your favourite?
C'est magnifique, mais I have to go Nesteri.
Yeah, Nesteri, me too.
Has to be Nesteri.
He's third in however many weeks. He's a machine.
He's an absolute machine. Thank you so much, Scotty. We'll see you soon. And coming up next, Sarah Navin is here with all your weather details.
All Simon wants is redemption. And on Survivor tonight, he finally gets his chance.
I'm looking down the barrel of the move of my career. Arsha and Lottie think they have Simon in their back pocket. They have no idea what is simmering away. This move will be my redemption.
What could go wrong?
We are operating straight under their nose. How good, Samoa? How good?
Survivor, tonight on 10.
Domino's is dropping something big. Large value pizzas now start from $7.95. That's right, get Australia's favourite pizza, pepperoni and others from just $7.95. More value when you need it most. From Domino's.
When everyone counts on you, everything starts to stack up. But for an outstanding clean with cold water enzymes, you can count on Cold Power. Count on cold with Cold Power.
Toyota Gazoo Racing. Search made untamed. Toyota.
Tackle grade whites and stains with Vanish Gold Pro Turbo Whites. Better be quick, just 30 minutes. One scoop contains a unique accelerator system that turbocharges stain removal, plus Vanish revitalizes whites.
Trust Vanish, forget stains.
Discover the world the Viking way. Small ships with no kids and no casinos.
Hurry, Explorer sale must end 31 March. Your companion flies free, upgrade to business class or sail for less. See your Viking travel advisor or book now at Viking.com.
The world is changing, and so is AGL. It's why more Australians are changing to solar, batteries, to electric vehicles, and updating to efficient all-electric homes to save on their bills. Discover how you can join the change with AGL.
Miss you. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
Sore throat? Trust Strepsils for soothing relief that's scientifically formulated. With dual action, Strepsils soothes a sore throat and helps fight bacteria. Or try Strepsils Extra for triple action to numb pain fast, help fight bacteria, and soothe the throat. Strepsils. Own every moment.
Highest ranking German military officer of all time.
I am going to escape the hangman's noose.
You're walking into a trap.
You're not Alexander the Great! You are the footnote. I am the book.
At Coles, wrap it or stack it. With Coles Australian RSPCA approved chicken breast fillet value pack for $8.50 a kilo. Make your midweek meals delicious at Coles.
The Tillies are through to the semi-finals. Can they beat China PR to book their spot in the grand final? Tuesday live on 10 and Paramount Plus.
Hello again. Time for another check on the weather. On our satellite, we've got this thick band of cloud over eastern WA, southern parts of the Northern Territory and sweeping down across the South Australian coastline. Thunderstorm activity is persisting up north across the top end, the Gulf of Carpentaria and Cape York. Taking you to the synoptic chart, there's a trough and low pressure system along WA's coast, draping through the centre of the country and into Victoria and New South Wales. A high pressure system over the Tasman Sea extends a ridge over northeast New South Wales today, bringing those fine and sunny conditions, while an inland trough in the far west of the state is expected to drift south, creating a change where we'll see some unsettled conditions early next week. Looking at the rainfall map for Monday, that moisture is being drawn into South Australia. 25 millimetres is forecast through that rain band, stretching from just below Alice Springs through to Port Augusta. Rainfall will also persist along that trough, pushing into Victoria, which is in line for some widespread showers. Fine and sunny across large parts of WA and Queensland. Let's take a look at how the week will kick off across Queensland. Some isolated to scattered showers in the northern and eastern districts, 31 degrees in Cairns and Townsville, 29 at Rockhampton and Bundaberg, partly cloudy for Longreach, 33, and cooler at Toowoomba, 24. Straight into Brisbane, partly cloudy tomorrow, 28 degrees with a slight chance of a morning shower, 29 at Ipswich, 28 for Logan, 27 at Bayside, and some cloud cover over the Gold Coast and Coolangatta, both 27. In New South Wales, the chance of an afternoon thunderstorm across the southern half of the state. Above average temperatures in Wagga Wagga with a maximum of 33 degrees, 29 in Canberra, 27 in Orange. Further north, 33 degrees and partly cloudy at Tamworth, and 27 for Lismore. A mostly sunny day ahead for Newcastle, 29 degrees, but some powerful waves to be aware of if you're swimming, rock fishing or boating. Hazardous surf in Sydney, the Hunter and the Illawarra, but right down the New South Wales coast. Mostly sunny in Sydney tomorrow, slightly warmer than today, a top of 28 degrees, 30 at Parramatta, 31 for Bankstown and Penrith, and mostly sunny in Wollongong, a top of 27. In Victoria tomorrow, scattered showers about the southwest, sweeping across to the east during the morning. A mild day with light southerly winds. 22 degrees at Horsham, 21 for Ballarat, Bendigo 26, warmer at Shepparton, a top of 31, and 23 at Bairnsdale. Showers increasing in Melbourne tomorrow, a top of 22 degrees, 21 at Laverton and Avalon, 19 degrees at Mount Dandenong, 23 for Scoresby and Moorabbin. In Tasmania, isolated showers statewide, a low of 9 in Queenstown, reaching a top of 17, 21 for Launceston and 20 degrees in Hobart. And for South Australia, showers also extending statewide with heavy falls and thunderstorms possible in the north. 25 degrees for Roxby Downs, 22 in Port Lincoln, 23 at Renmark and 20 for Mount Gambier. Showers forecast for Adelaide tomorrow, a top of 23. And I'll be back with the full forecast in just a moment's time.
Tonight's top stories. There are concerns one of the members of the Iranian football squad granted asylum in Australia was working for the regime as 3 more decide to return to their home country. The Treasurer has issued a new warning with inflation set to spike off the back of the Middle East conflict, a rate hike all but guaranteed on Tuesday. And Formula One forced to abandon 2 races due to concerns over the war in the Middle East. They were granted sanctuary in an Australian safe house, but it may have been there where a mole from Tehran preyed on vulnerable Iranian footballers. 2 more players and a support staffer who had been given asylum have now begun the journey back to the Middle East amid fears their families will be harmed if they stay here.
They wanted and won freedom in Australia. Now they're returning to a home where they'll be stripped of it.
I am worried about them. I can only imagine the pressure that they feel.
2 Iranian players, Mona Hamoudi, Zara Sabali, and a support staffer, Zara Sultan Meshkakar, will meet the rest of the team in Kuala Lumpur, giving up humanitarian visas they received either after escaping their minders inside their Gold Coast hotel or offered at Sydney Airport.
The fear in the eyes of some of those girls is probably what most hit home to all of us.
They'd been branded traitors for not singing the national anthem, putting their families in danger.
An impossible position where they have to decide whether to save their own lives or the lives of their families.
Activists now believe Zara Meshkakar only applied for her visa to influence players who'd done the same, convincing them to return to Iran.
This particular person may effectively be a mole within the group, placed by the Islamic Republic regime.
The job for the Australian government has always been to provide the opportunity for them to stay if they wanted to, not to compel an outcome.
The Iranian regime, though, claims the players who've returned resisted seductive offers, extensive propaganda and psychological warfare, calling Australia an obedient and stupid presence in Trump's playground.
I think we can all understand propaganda when we see it.
Another player handed her visa back on Wednesday. Of the 7 who sought asylum here, tonight only 3 still have it. Matt Johnston, 10 News.
One Nation MP Barnaby Joyce is tonight calling for petrol to be rationed through an odds and evens number plate system, even if that is unpopular. The federal government insists supplies won't run out, but the impact of petrol prices on inflation is a big concern.
During the 1970s oil crisis and refinery strikes, Aussie motorists could only buy fuel on certain days depending on their number plate, odd or even. Tonight, there are calls for that system to be reintroduced.
Now, people are going to get angry about that, no doubt. But it's better that they're angry and say you've got a plan than what exactly has happened here.
Barnaby Joyce admitting he regrets not doing more to secure fuel reserves when in power, as the federal government tries to reassure.
We work around the clock to make sure that Australia doesn't run out. We're certainly not expecting that we will.
As for petrol prices...
It's crazy at the moment. In a truck, I'm spending about $300 a week usually. Now it's $500 a week, so it's killing me.
We're already feeling pain at the service station, but that pain will spread pretty rapidly.
From freight and fertiliser to food at the supermarket, higher oil prices feed directly into inflation. Treasury's modelling scenarios depending on the severity and duration of the Middle East war.
If we were putting pencils down on those forecasts today, we'd have inflation peaking somewhere between the mid to high 4s.
It hasn't been at that level in 2.5 years, significantly higher than the 3.8% inflation's currently sitting at, already above the Reserve Bank's target band. All 4 big banks are predicting a rate hike on Tuesday and another in May.
The government has not been saving for a rainy day, and a rainy day has arrived, and we don't really have a roof over our head.
The Treasurer says the volatility makes a more, not less, compelling case for tax reform in May's federal budget. It's likely to include changes to negative gearing and the capital gains tax discount, but there's no indication new cost of living measures are coming.
We need to be focused on the future, and that means a bit of tough love.
Chloe Boris, 10 News.
A call to arms. Donald Trump is sending more warships to the Middle East and wants his allies to do the same. Now, while he stopped short of naming Australia, our government is focusing on getting Aussie civilians out. It comes as America urges all its people out of Iraq as Iran steps up its retaliatory attacks.
Battleships are go. The US is now sending 3 warships to the Middle East after its Central Command today released this vision's successful strikes on more Iranian military targets.
The situation in Iran is going very well. A lot of big hits today, a lot of big wins today.
But he wants others to join in, stating the countries of the world that receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. This should have always been a team effort. Donald Trump naming China, France, Japan, South Korea and the UK, hopeful they'll send warships to escort oil tankers through while his bomb the shoreline. Iran has let some countries through. A vessel tracker shows the Indian LPG tanker Shivalik's safe passage, but many more still sit waiting.
Should we send a Navy ship?
I think that would be, I think you're, yes, because you have to be part of a global effort if you are a beneficiary of it being resolved.
Australia's focus remains getting our people out. Since airspace across the Middle East reopened, 4,360 Aussies have left on 31 flights. Another 4 flight loads are on their way home now. After its embassy in Iraq was struck yesterday, the US is now telling all of its citizens there to leave, warning militias have carried out numerous attacks on American companies and hotels where they stay. Launching fresh barrages today, Iran is warning foreigners in the UAE to evacuate, threatening attacks on US military hideouts. For those who can't leave, such as Rihanna, daily life is treacherous. When we say goodbye to our parents, we hug them tightly because it's possible we may not come back. Ali Donaldson, 10 News.
Two races have been wiped from the Formula One calendar tonight as the action on the track gets underway in China. It also ends speculation Australia could step in to host a surprise second Grand Prix after record crowds at Albert Park.
Full throttle in Shanghai. But elsewhere, the Formula One season has hit the brakes.
It's not easy. You have to think of the bigger picture.
Safety's taking pole position. The Bahrain and Saudi Arabian Grands Prix have been called off amid the conflict affecting the Middle East.
It's the FIA and the promoters who understood completely the situation. We took a joint decision together for the benefit of the sport.
F1 was due to race in Bahrain on April 12 and in the Saudi Arabian city of Jeddah on April 19. 1 week on from the Australian Grand Prix, there was speculation Melbourne could step in for a rare double header. The Albert Park circuit a rumoured backup with the infrastructure still standing.
My heart goes out to everyone in the Middle East during these challenging times with what is happening over there.
But those hopes were officially dashed.
We have no plans to take on an additional Grand Prix.
F1 and its governing body, the FIA, in a statement explaining while several alternatives were considered, it was ultimately decided that no substitutions will be made in April. Moving the sport's freight through the region would mean crossing multiple borders as the conflict unfolds.
They would have arranged to have freight shipped from China after the race this weekend. So that is a deadline in itself.
First of all, be safe. We are thinking of you. We want to come back as soon as possible.
The decision leaves a 5-week gap in the championship calendar between Japan and Miami. Rebecca Powell, 10 News.
Back home, a driver has been charged after causing carnage in a Sydney supermarket car park. This video captured yesterday shows a driver reversing and losing control, spinning out and hitting more vehicles. All up, 5 cars were caught up in the chaos. The driver was arrested nearby and is alleged to have returned a positive blood alcohol result 5 times the legal limit. Queen Mary and King Frederick of Denmark have arrived in Canberra for the second leg of their royal tour. They were greeted by a 21-gun salute at Government House, along with a formal welcome from the Prime Minister and the Governor-General. A formal dinner will be held tonight. Tomorrow, they're going to visit the Australian War Memorial, meet members of the public and attend Parliament House. Coming up next, more of the day's sports news with Scotty Mackinnon, including Kalen Ponga. Plus, the Roos rock Port Adelaide to start their season with a bang.
Brendan, you freakily look like Anthony Hopkins.
This Hannibal Lecter lookalike is looking for a killer win in the hot seat.
When written as a numeral, 1 trillion contains how many zeros?
I feel reasonably confident on 12.
Reasonably confident?
You can start to write the check, I think. I think.
Millionaire Hot Seat, 7 o'clock Monday on 10.
At Carpet Call, you'll find an unbeatable range to suit your style and budget. From 500 luxurious carpet selections to over 100 stunning hard flooring finishes. There's over 2,000 rug designs to choose from. Plus, discover dozens of stylish window furnishings. Not to mention the latest in state-of-the-art floor care accessories. Range, quality and price. That's why for over 50 years, Carpet Call have been
the experts in the trade.
What kind of crazy life hack is this?
The dishwasher doesn't dry the dishes well enough.
Try Finish Rinse Aid.
For 2 times better drying, including on plastic, improving shine and protecting glasses.
Finish, the real life hack.
At HCF, we're not for profit. So what are we for? Well, we're not for paying out profits. We are for giving profits back to our members in benefits. So you get more. And you get more. You get more. And so do you.
Morning, Bruce. Morning. Another great day at Discovery Parks.
Morning, Bruce.
Morning. Perfect, as always. That's more like it. Still bouncy. Hungry?
Yeah.
Just a little taste test.
Bruce.
What? Making sure everyone has the best holiday.
discoveryparks.com.au. Do it all.
Buy Australian made and you're backing local jobs, a stronger economy, and the way we live right here. Australian made, made right here.
wouldn't it be nice if things were a little more useful? At Origin, we're making it happen. From helping you go solar to customer service and everything in between. That's all kinds of useful.
At Aware Super, we love to perform. In fact, we're top 5 for super returns at 9.4% per annum over 15 years. Now that's super helpful. Join Aware Super today.
Tackle grade whites and stains with Vanish Gold Pro Turbo Whites. Better be quick, just 30 minutes. One scoop contains a unique accelerator system that turbocharges stain removal. Plus, Vanish revitalizes whites.
Trust Vanish, forget stains.
Come on, darling, up you hop. There's a glass and a half in everyone. Cadbury Hollow Easter eggs in store now.
That's 20,000.
Oh my God, they're all saying deal.
20 grand's a lot.
Bang it. Oh!
Will her 20k gamble pay off?
Up next at 6:30, meet Australia's doomsday preppers as the war fuels a surge in underground bunkers.
Plus, a revealing moment as Iranian footballers are confronted in a convenience store. 10 News Plus is next.
Highlights left, right and centre at the MCG as Melbourne defeated St Kilda by 13 points. Demons youngster Jacob Van Rooyen booted 6 goals, while Saints recruit Liam Ryan got his hands on a Mark of the Year contender.
Last time these two clubs met, Nasiah Wanganeen-Millera won the match on his own boot. Today, the Saints star picked up where he left off.
He's not going to wait, arcs around, pops it through.
Marcus Windhager picked a fight out of his weight class and quickly realised his mistake. Cozzy Pickett's cousin, Latrell, bagged a collector's item, a magnificent first AFL goal.
Puts the afterburners on, one bounce, needs the goal sticks, straightens up and brings the house down.
Saints goal sneak Max Hall painted his own masterpiece.
Got it out to Hall, tight angle, Max Hall with a work of art.
Jacob Van Rooyen was nothing short of electric. He's the first Demon to bag 5 first-half majors before half-time in 20 years.
Standing inside the centre square, he kicks it long, goes for home, shielded by Gawn.
Former Saints captain Jack Steele hit the scoreboard against his old club.
Steele grabbed it, snapped and kicked the goal in his new colours.
English football star Theo Walcott in attendance, witnessing Flyin' Ryan, who was cleared for liftoff.
Liam Ryan! That's his jam, climbs the ladder. What a man.
Ryan continued to play after strapping his shoulder. The Saints down 3 goals late in a scene which felt all too familiar.
Messiah's down there, he's got it again! Wind the tape back!
But this time, Melbourne held on.
Ball comes out, French, an old favourite.
The Demons winning their season opener by 13 points. Jonathan Simon, 10 News.
Under pressure, Kangaroos coach Alistair Clarkson can breathe a little easier after new skipper Nick Larkey steered the club to a big win over Port Adelaide. Josh Carr's first game as power coach did not go to plan as the Roos bounced to their first win at Marvel Stadium since round 3 last season. Larkey booting 4 in the 46-point victory.
Larkey in the middle, stolen, picked their pocket, like he found $10 in his jacket pocket. Got it out of nowhere and kicked it.
The win was the Kangaroos' first over Port Adelaide in 7 years. Pleasure. The Matildas know just what to expect from their former coach Ante Milicic, who's in charge of China, their opponent in Tuesday's Asian Cup semi-final. The team very interested spectators yesterday as the defending champions eliminated Chinese Taipei 2-0 in extra time.
They're a tough team to break down. They have great attacking threats as well, so we know they'll be organised. You know, they're a great team. They're the reigning champions as well of this tournament, so it's a big game for us, but we're ready.
The West Coast Eagles probably wondering what might have been as Sam Kerr and co trained at their facilities. Melbourne Victory can push into the A-League top 4 if they continue their winning ways over Macarthur tonight. For more, let's go pitch side with Eric Partaloo and Michael Zapponi.
Yes, Melbourne Victory at home and are favourite to win this one, but they haven't won back
back-to-back games in quite some time. Eric Partaloo, today is the day that they need to get their winning boots on because a big opportunity awaits them into the top 4.
Yeah, it's a massive game. And, you know, the last month they've had the original rivalry, the derby and the Big Blue. They're the big games that they had to get themselves up for. Now they have MacArthur coming here who are hungry to get themselves back in that top 6. So they have to have a really good mindset tonight to try and get the result. If they win, they get themselves further up the table. Last year they finished 5th and now they're in 5th position again. What sort of club do they want to be?
They know they can finish strong in finals as they did last year and getting to the grand final. What they didn't have yet last year was Juan Mata. He's been outstanding. He's getting better as the season progresses. We're expecting another Mata masterclass this afternoon. What about MacArthur, though? Yep. They've lost their last 3. How can they turn things around? Asia is out of the way for them now, so they've had a lot more time to prepare for this one.
Well, they have the most experienced squad in the competition, and at the business end of the competition, you need those players to step up. If they don't do the business now, they're going to fall away from that top 6. We know Mitchell Duke's quality. We know Luke Bratton, Anthony Caceres has been here, Curto in goals. They've got to get a win here tonight.
And Melbourne boy Harrison Sawyer would love to score a goal here in front of friends and family. Plenty coming your way from Amy Park. Kick-off at 7 o'clock tonight.
Can't wait for it. Thank you, fellas. Carlos Alcaraz lost his first match of the year with the world #1, swept aside by Daniil Medvedev in the semi-finals of the Indian Wells tournament in California.
Another dandy as he gives Carlos a taste of his own medicine.
His first defeat of the year takes his 2026 record to 16-1. Medvedev will play world #2 Yannick Sinner in the final after he powered past Sasha Zverev in the other semi-final. And it's win or go home this Tuesday as Adelaide and South East Melbourne play for a spot in the NBL Grand Final. The Phoenix saved their season with an 18-point comeback to win in Game 2. Nathan Sobey went ballistic with a career-high 41 points.
No, Sobey through contact.
How good is that? The winner will face the Kings in the Championship Series. Sydney earned its spot with a 14-point win over Perth. Kendrick Davis top scored again, and they can make it 3 titles in 5 years. The Kings, they're looking the goods.
Oh, have you just put the mock on them though?
No.
No?
They'll come good.
Okay.
I never do that.
All right.
No mockers from me.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. Thank you very much, Scotty. Coming up next, Sarah Navin has all your weather.
All Simon wants is redemption. And on Survivor tonight, he finally gets his chance.
I'm looking down the barrel of the move of my career. Asha and Lottie think they have Simon in their back pocket. They have no idea what is simmering away. This move will be my redemption.
What could go wrong?
We are operating straight under their nose. How good Samoa? How good?
Survivor, tonight on 10.
This time of night, everyone jumps online. See, here at Aussie Broadband, some come for a good feed.
Like that.
Networking.
John, you're on mute.
Comment and subscribe. Or, of course, quality family time. And as your local internet, we plan for all of it. Purpose-built to react to your neighbourhood when it gets busy and make sure that there's always enough speed on tap for everyone. Aussie Broadband, the actual Aussie way.
At Coles, wrap it or stack it. With Coles Australian RSPCA approved chicken breast fillet value pack for $8.50 a kilo. Make your midweek meals delicious at Coles.
Australian natural gas is used for more than just cooking and heating. It's also used for manufacturing and for generating reliable backup electricity when demand is high and conditions don't suit renewables. That's why Australia runs on natural gas. Authorised by S. McCulloch, Australian Energy Producers Limited, Canberra.
The people we love spreading germs. But we've got you. Dettol. Spread the love, not the germs.
Mealtimes aren't always smooth, but with the new Ninja Stealth IQ, they can be. With smarter one-touch blend sense technology, an ultra-powerful and quieter brushless direct current motor, and a new stealth shield, so you can hear important kitchen conversations. Don't go off. The Ninja Stealth IQ, a new standard of smooth.
Go Harvey Norman. Buy now with no deposit, 60 months interest free on a participating Latitude credit card and get a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Shop our huge range now with no deposit, 60 months interest free from Latitude and get a bonus $100 gift card for every $1,000 you spend. New customers must be approved. Minimum finance $1,000. T's and C's, charges and exclusions apply. Equal monthly payment plan and monthly credit card fee currently $10.95 applies. Don't miss no deposit, 60 months interest free from Latitude at Harvey Norman now.
Go! If you've got heartburn, try this Gaviscon chewing gum.
Gaviscon works fast to neutralise acid in the stomach.
Tastes good.
New great tasting Gaviscon chewing gum.
A help company wouldn't just protect your car, it would protect it no matter who's driving. From nervous L-platers to visiting interstaters. Join Australia's most trusted insurance brand. NRMA Insurance, a help company.
You freakily look like Anthony Hopkins.
This Hannibal Lecter lookalike is looking for a killer win in the hot seat Monday.
Hello again, hope you're having a great evening. Time for a final check on the weather. On the satellite, a thick band of clouds stretches across eastern Western Australia, the Northern Territory and into South Australia, brushing the country's southern coastline and tracking east towards Victoria. Large swathes of WA and the eastern states are relatively cloud-free. On the synoptic chart, a trough extends from WA's Kimberley to the Pilbara region with a low-pressure system tracking along the coast, and that's expected to stick around for the next few days. There's a high pressure system in the Tasman Sea which has brought those lovely warm and fine conditions to the east, but it's not expected to last. I'll have more on that extended forecast in just a moment. Looking at the rainfall forecast for Monday, southern parts of the Northern Territory and South Australia will bear the brunt, up to 50 millimetres in some parts of central to northern South Australia and closer to 15 millimetres along the coast around Ceduna and Port Lincoln. And as we dive into a new week, partly cloudy and 28 degrees in Brisbane tomorrow, up to 29 degrees on Tuesday and Wednesday, before a shower or two is on the way for the rest of the week. Temperatures staying pretty stable despite the weather change. It's a similar story in Sydney, 28 degrees and mostly sunny tomorrow, holding on to that heat into Tuesday, 31 degrees, before a cold front moves in on Wednesday with a shower or two, 26 degrees, 29 on Friday, but that's as warm as it gets as those showers continue into the weekend, 27 on Saturday and 25 on Sunday. A bit of a seesaw effect in Melbourne this week. Showers tomorrow, a top of 22. That's when the bulk of the rain is expected. A shower or two continuing into Tuesday, 21 degrees. A cool morning on Wednesday with a low of 13, climbing to 23 in the day. Cloudy on Thursday, 24. Sun peeking through the clouds again on Friday, 25, and warming up slightly into Sunday, 27 degrees. Hobart is gearing up for Queen Mary's Tasmanian homecoming this week. Monday is forecast to bring a shower or two, 20 degrees. Partly cloudy midweek, 23 on Wednesday, cloudy on Thursday, 21, 24 on Friday, and a possible shower into the weekend. A maximum of 21 degrees on Saturday and clearing by Sunday. Adelaide can expect showers tomorrow as that moisture from up north makes its way through the state. A top of 23 degrees, but conditions are settling from Tuesday, 27 degrees and partly cloudy. Thursday and Friday, 29 degrees and mostly sunny for the weekend, 27 on Saturday and 29 on Sunday. Here's a snapshot of your temperatures around the country tomorrow. Middle of March now, Georgie. We're welcoming in those more mild autumn temperatures and that humidity is easing off a bit, which is nice.
Oh, thank goodness for that. I appreciate that very much for my hair. Thank you very much, Sarah Navin. And that is 10 News for this Sunday. I'm Georgie Tunny. Thank you very much for joining us. Denham Hitchcock and Amelia Brace are here now with 10 News Plus. We'll see you next time. Night.
The rise of the preppers. What we can learn from the Aussies heading underground as the war fuels a surge in doomsday bunkers.
Prepping isn't the cuckoo tinfoil hat that it used to be. Prepping is mainstream. Figure out what your realistic needs are right, and plan for that.
Convenience store confrontation, the revealing clue in this new video of stranded Iranian footballers, as activists claim a regime mole is the reason more are heading home.
The point of a safe house is to make sure these girls are safe.
The future of fuel, superannuation, groceries and interest.